And American Honda Motor Company was, of course, the Japanese representative here in the United States. And I found out that if your eyes are round, you couldn't be a director. The directors came from Japan. And so they ran the place. The sales director didn't know a heck of a lot about sales, and the parts director didn't know a heck of a lot about parts. But they were in charge. And so they took me into the top office, and Mr. Kawashima said, we've thought about your idea of setting up a parts warehouse, but Honda will be in charge. But if you'd like, you can go to work for Honda. And I said, well, that's a thought, because I wasn't too excited about the retail business anyhow. So I said, yeah, I'd be interested in that. And they spouted out a number, and that number a month wasn't as much as I made for being a used car manager. But I believed in motorcycles, and I always have. And I thought, well, yeah, I'll give this a try. If it don't work, I'm still out of a job, but if it works, at least I'll be on the ground floor, and I'll think about Honda and say, well, this is why they failed, or this is why they succeeded. And I said, at least I'm on the ground floor and I'll learn something if I don't make any money anyhow. So they said, okay, what would you rather do? Would you rather be a parts manager, or would you rather be a regional manager in charge of setting up dealers and sales? I said, well, I know more about sales than I do about parts, so yeah, I'll be a salesperson and set up new dealers. And so they said, okay, well, we're going to assign you an area. And so the area happened to be Minnesota, Iowa, Wisconsin, Indiana, and Michigan, and Ohio. And I said, well, then I'm going to be doing a lot of traveling. And they said, yeah. And I said, well, yeah, I'll give that a shot. So this is how I got started with Honda. I did a whole lot of jobs. The person that they trained to be the parts manager there in Racine didn't work out. So they said, well, you can be the parts manager then. You just come in and run the parts department. And which I had, one of my duties was to set it up in the first place. And I get the impression that Honda's pretty serious, because I went around a little town of Racine, it's about 70,000 people, looking at different buildings to rent to set up the parts department. And I sent them a report about it. This is how big this place is, this is what kind of a place it is, and this is how much it costs a month to rent it. Honda chose the most expensive place that I had looked at. I thought, geez, these people really are serious. And sure as heck they were. So we set up the parts department, and then I was assigned various different jobs. And Honda, of course, I knew the representative for Triumph, setting up dealers and servicing dealers in the same place. And I found out from one of the guys that I knew pretty well. Well, he said that the Triumph representative said, boy, don't take on Honda, because they're going to go broke. No motorcycle company can stay in business and advertising Saturday evening post for goodness sake. So but that's the approach that Honda took. And I found out later they were advertising in a Wall Street Journal for employees. And they call me up and say, look, we've had some applications